Hi, delighted to be back. It's the second of the three-part series. So this one's why we say no to dairy. So it'll provide the case for saying no easily to dairy. First, I've got to say it as it is. Why in the world, when there are so many alternatives, are we drinking, wait for it, the breast milk of another species, another sentient species? Why, as adults? So I defined sentient in my last video, and I'll define it again. It simply means, and it's really important to understand that, it's the ability for an animal to feel or perceive pain. And we've got plenty of evidence of that with dairy cows, because we know that in the industry the calves are separated from the mothers and then they're slaughtered for veal. And we're sort of complicit with that. Actually, we're really complicit with that every time we pick up a pint of milk. So now the current dairy industry is indeed struggling, and I do feel for the farmers. We need to find a way of sort of ensuring that they have a livelihood, but my care is also for those vulnerable animals that don't have a voice in their system. So it's a good sign that people are changing their habits, whether it's an emotional attachment to animals, whether they're getting educated and informed, or whether it's their health, and that's the lactose intolerant bit. Now, a great organisation called Switch for Good have done some fantastic research with top athletes and work with the best doctors. And what they found, and wait for this, is it's not normal to consume dairy. It's not normal, and that 65% of the population is lactose intolerant, and especially amongst African descendants, Native Americans, Asians, Latinos, list goes on. And it just basically is saying that as a grown adult, why, when you stop drinking your mama's milk, are you going to the breast milk of another species? And more importantly, in terms of health, dairy slows the blood down. It makes it harder to breathe. So if you're an athlete, that's not helpful. And the dairy is inflammatory. And it also, dairy does not protect from osteoporosis. I've ditched dairy. I run strong bones. My blood count's high. And also, more importantly, there are many, my superheroes, super athletes who are vegan. Lewis Hamilton, Alex Morgan, Venus Williams, the list goes on. So people, get curious, wake up, change our habits. See you in the next series.